not supposed to happen. No. Sonny was not happy at all. So the wilderness is already starting because I'm pregnant now. And Sonny and I, this is why she gets the world from Sonny, because Sonny feels a lot of guilt for this. I'm just going to throw that out there. Sonny feels very guilty. Very, very guilty. It might, yes, it might turn into a roast. It might. Maybe.
It's going to be the last time.
Here we go again. Here we go again.
You didn't learn, huh?
So, I'm pregnant.
Go, Jackie.
Ready?
Yeah.
Ready, all right.
Go.
So I'm pregnant with Serenity in this place. Not only am I gotta throw our families in there. Not only am I pregnant with Serenity, but we have a house full of moms in our house.
Hey.
Ooh. And the moms had
Hey.
Yeah, pay attention and roast them.
Preach, Jackie.
They're friends now,
Yep.
but in 2012. They were not. And we lived all in one house. And the one I feel bad for is my papa back there. Because he was in the middle of it all. So we're dealing with that. Okay, so February I found out I'm pregnant. We're still trying to process it. And then here comes March. And in March, Sonny decided that he wanted to go back to doing gigs. Sonny, he's amazing. You guys only get to see half of what he can do here.
Come on now.
Hey.
Now he wants the roast.
So he's very, people always ask him to do gigs. He joined a band. He joined this band, this Filipino band. And I don't know why I always say it's okay, because I always get mad when he does it. He says, can I join the band? Sure you can. He goes out for a gig. I am calling him, cussing him out. I can't believe you went to this gig. So Sonny joined this band, and there's a girl in the band. She's a bass player. She's a young bass player. Maybe 22. No, she's not attractive at all.
So you committed adultery?
22, young girl, in love with my husband.
Come on now.
In love. And Sonny wouldn't know if somebody liked him, if it hit him, and if I threw a shoe at his face. He's just like, she's like a sister. She's not like a sister. This girl likes you. She has feelings for you. No, I don't know, you're probably wrong. It got to the point where I would go to the gig, I would go to the back, and she would make it a point to ignore that I was there, and she would sit right next to my husband. It got to a point where she would call him crying. It got to a point where she would ask him for advice for her boyfriend. It got to the point where I told Sonny, you need to see this, like, right now. But come on, the girl didn't have a shot. He married me. There's no competition. Come on. I had the blue passport.
That's
I had
right.
the blue passport, guys. Passport.
Go for the citizen.
Gave him two kids. I gave him citizenship. She didn't have a chance. I can sing like an angel. Come on.
Take it down a notch.
Oh, I'm sorry. So, it took, a lot of jealousy came out of that as we walked through the wilderness. So that happened from about March to April of 2012, maybe May of 2012, where this girl was a real threat, until finally somebody told him, listen, this girl said that her intention is to break up your marriage.
Come on.
She's at that point now where she's saying she's going to break up your marriage. And Cindy's like, oh my gosh. I was like, really? You listen to somebody else, not me. So I wasn't crazy anymore, because he called me crazy every night. So this girl lost a picture. But by May of 2012, the damage of our marriage was pretty bad. It was to the point where we had decided that I'm just gonna be real with you guys. We had decided that we were gonna divorce at that point. We had decided that our marriage was over. I felt that he was more angry about the pregnancy with Serenity. I felt that he was more, he was not happy at all, and I felt guilty. I felt angry, I felt insecure, I felt a lot of things, but this was probably the darkest part of the wilderness for us, because this affected me and him, and we actually thought in our heads that we were going to continue separated. I was already preparing everything. He was preparing his part. So, but even though we're walking through this wilderness together, we still served. Nobody knew what Sonny and I were going through outside. It was me and Sonny that knew, and probably our families because they could probably hear the fighting. But nobody in the church actually knew because no one in the church wanted to know. They just wanted us to come and do our jobs, and that's it. They didn't care about anything else. So that's what we did. Because we had already failed in our marriage, we were already failing as parents, we were already failing our families, we were already failing everything around us. Our finances were crashing upon us. Everything was literally falling apart to the point that serving God was the only thing that we had left that we could not let fall apart. It's the only thing that we had left in this wilderness. The only thing that we had left was, even though Monday through Saturday we weren't worshiping God because we were stubborn, on that Sunday when we were standing in front of the church, we were worshiping God with everything in us. And I got to tell you that it was during our wilderness that the anointing was it was strong. Sonny was soaring. He was, soaring, which caused another problem. I got jealous of his worship leader. Because that's my job. I'm the one with the anointing as worship leader. You're just my guitar player. That's what you do. Sorry, no offense. You don't get a microphone. You don't. This is what you do. You don't do anything else. Okay? You don't do anything else. And it got to the point where I told him, because people were just, oh my gosh, Pastor Sonny, the anointing, people are falling on their knees, they're crying, and I'm just like, I said the same prayer last Sunday. Why is his different? And oh man, the jealousy was bad. Of my husband. I was jealous of his anointing. I was so jealous of his anointing that I was losing mine. So here we are, we're facing the wilderness again. In July, Sonny and I talked and we decided this marriage is not worth giving up. You're stuck with me. I'm stuck with you. We had to face a lot of things because I lost a lot of family and friends because people thought Sonny was using me for papers when we got married. And I wasn't allowed to let people see that they were right. He was mine. So we worked at it, and things got better. July, we started working through the healing in ourselves, and we thought that the wilderness was over. And then God says, just kidding, it's not. You're still in the wilderness. And now in the wilderness, we're attacked as parents. Serenity came 2 months later. My body swelled so bad that my mom had to rush me to the hospital from Arcadia and to home, and then Sonny had to take me to the hospital, and I told Sonny she's coming, 31 weeks. And he said she's not ready, and I asked the doctor, save her, whatever you have to do, just save her, and the doctor said we have to take her out. So here's another wilderness. Here's another part. So here Sonny and I are, and I'm feeling guilt. At that time, when I found out that I was pregnant with Serenity, I was 230 pounds. So I knew that it was an unsafe pregnancy from the beginning. And I knew that I would have to take care of myself in order for her to go full term, and I didn't. Because of the stress of everything that Cindy and I were going through, it was impossible. So I gave birth to Serenity. The doctor said she would be in NICU for 8 weeks. And so Sonny and I were split in our lives. We had 2 kids at home, thank God for our families because they helped out a lot with the kids. But we didn't feel like a family. Sonny and I felt that we had one family in the hospital and we had another family at home because when we would come home, Sarah and Seth were there and then Serenity's at the hospital. So we're watching this. But in this part of the wilderness, we're still serving God. Okay? We're still serving God. We're still doing our part. Every Friday, every Monday, every Tuesday, every Wednesday, every Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm not exaggerating. We did something every single day for that church. So Sunday morning we would come, we would lead worship, we would do our part, and then all of a sudden, I would get off the stage, Cindy would get off the stage, and my phone would ring saying, Okay, Mrs. Garraton, Serenity's heart stopped today. Oh my gosh, gotta rush back. We gotta go back. We gotta rush back. Oh my God. If you understand having a child in the hospital, you know that it's hard. Right? It's hard. It's really hard. So we're going back, we're going forward, we're going back, we're going forth. And in this wilderness, I'm feeling more angry because the pastor of the church didn't visit her once. And now I'm mad. And I'm telling Sonny, what? We've served with him for 9 years. He hasn't come and seen my daughter once. What is wrong with him? And then he calls Sonny and he says, I need you to do this. And you know what? Sonny does it. That's one thing I admire about my husband. He serves God fully. He doesn't have to gain anything. He just wants to serve God. So, Serenity came out of NICU after 4 weeks, which was a miracle. No one understood, no one thought that she would make it out. And she did early. No one could understand that. And we're good. Okay, God, we got out through the wilderness. And God says, no, you're not done yet. November of 2012, God told Sonny, it's time for you to pack up and leave your Egypt. It's time for you to go. It's time for you to leave this church. So we did, and we took the slandering and the lying, and they literally had our families against each other. They had my mom on one side, they had my in-laws on another side. It was a mess. It was like a full-on war. And we left, and we wandered, and we wandered, and we wandered. As soon as pastors found out that said that Sonny and I were no longer part of the church, they started inviting. We were leading worship like crazy at different places. Sonny was preaching like crazy at different places, and we wandered the wilderness.